This is Sophie Heller, and this is an ACT English organization question. The question is asking us, so if the author wanted to incorporate this new material on gravity's effects on the human physique, where would be the best place to put it? So the best way to approach an organization question is to look at the choices and then see where putting this information would make sense. So if we just go chronologically through our answer choices. So we have our answer choice 1. It says in paragraph 1, so this paragraph at the top, because the first paragraph must mention all vital information to follow in an essay. This is not a true claim, right? A first paragraph usually just serves as an introduction. But in any case, let's look at paragraph 1 to see if it would make sense to talk about gravity's effects on the human physique. So paragraph 1 talks about how Albert Einstein is mystified by gravity. Even though it mystified him, he discovered these connections between the questions of space, time, and gravity. And one of these was a really big part of everyday life. And even today, Einstein's theory of gravity is a really important theory, and gravity is still a really intriguing puzzlement. Okay, so our first paragraph is just introducing the idea that this passage is going to be about gravity. So it would be kind of weird to immediately transition into gravity's effects on human bodies. So this is not going to be right. Paragraph 2's place, because that paragraph is unimportant and that it notes we forget gravity even exists. So I wouldn't say that this paragraph is unimportant. It's still about gravity, and it's an interesting paragraph because it tells us that gravity is different than other natural forces, so it can't be turned off like electricity, and you can't control it with a current, also with electricity. And gravity is the idea of having no force. So it's an interesting paragraph, and it's still about gravity. So I would not want to replace it immediately with just gravity's effects on the human physique. Also, in paragraph 1, we weren't talking about the human body, so it would be a weird transition to go right from here to there. So let's get rid of answer choice 2. Answer choice 4, following this paragraph 4, because it dealt with gravity's effects on our human routines and could easily lead to human anatomy. So that's probably, it's much better than choices 1 and 2 for sure. Let's look. Paragraph 4 deals with gravity being a cycle. It's a cycle that we feel every morning. We spend time climbing stairs. We do a lot of things to combat gravity, including the blood in one's veins even goes against gravity, so it moves upward even though gravity's pushing it down. And eventually we give in to gravity because we die. Okay, so this is basically starting to talk about gravity's effects on the body and the idea of humans dealing with gravity. So this is probably going to be our right answer. Let's just check number 4 to make sure. So after paragraph 5, because ending with the human body gives the essay a link back to the first paragraph and thus creates cohesiveness. There's no mention of the human body in paragraph 1. As we already talked about with answer choice 1, it wouldn't make sense to put it here because the only thing that's being mentioned in paragraph 1 is Einstein and the fact that this passage is going to be about gravity. So it wouldn't provide any sort of link, so that's also weird. So choice 3, where we have it put after this paragraph, which starts to talk about the human body, is going to be the right answer. So choice 3.